Monday night, the PMS show, the Paul Murray show. How is it going, Paul?
Well, it's going good here in the Midwest, hotter than hell, and we just had some was supposed to have been rain go through, but it didn't. It didn't drop a thing on me, so don't know.
Well, it's raining. It's supposed to rain here. Crazy storm. Supposed to reach here where I live tonight. It's raining in Manhattan right now.
Really?
Actually, it's a little bit more than Manhattan. We are actually cashing in on our humidity, and we're receiving our dividends from the humidity, which is a nice thunderstorm that rolled through here a little while ago. It was coming down.
Okay, I just got your alert, Paul.
Just now.
Yeah, they're slacking.
Well,
they're slacking, dude.
Well, I saw that Zoom I saw a message on my Zoom. I don't know if you guys noticed, but after the 19th of this month, when you invite somebody, you either got to give them the password or you have to have them go to the waiting room and you let them in.
Wow. Well, I have everybody go to the waiting room, so I hope that doesn't affect me any.
That's the best way to do it. Secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps you from sending out generic emails and stuff to people and letting 100 people in.
Well, except we can have 100, but that would be one heck of a mess.
Some of the people might not be on the screen.
Yeah, therein lies the problem.
I wonder if you get that many up, how big are the just like, like, wow.
Yeah, smaller than wallet size photos.
Yeah, about this size, all the way across the screen and all the way back. Hey, good evening, David.
What's up, David?
Hello. Well, I was going to say not a lot, but Desmond decided he didn't want to come home today, so we had to get the garage out to sort him.
You didn't. Hey, Drone Shots, how are you?
Drone Shots. So, did you have a nice getaway for a few days?
Oh yeah, it was an awesome few days. It was great to be out and not have to worry about getting home before it got dark.
Okay.
So I had 4 days. Lindsay only had 2 days because she was working a night shift. That was good fun.
Well, David over in the UK, they were under a lockdown where you could not go out and camp overnight. When it gets dark, you better have your butt back home.
Yeah.
You want to know what?
They just lifted it.
They need to pass a law where everybody in the United States needs to wear a mask. Plain and simple. You don't want to wear a mask, don't come to the hospital when you're coughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. People are talking about, oh, we want to go back to work. We want to do this. We want to do that. Well, take your ass back to work, all right? But wear a damn mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, you have to wear one on public transport of any kind, even a taxi, and in an enclosed space, shops, workspaces, that kind of thing. It's mandatory.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and that's just in Scotland, though, not in England. I don't know what England are doing.
That actually makes sense because actually you really need to try to breathe as much clean, fresh air as you possibly can.
Especially if you have a respiratory issue like me. It's getting to the point now where I'm seeing people with masks, but I'm seeing a similar number of people without masks.
Yeah, I get sick and tired of seeing, well, maybe you guys know, seeing people at the beaches up and down the East Coast and down along the Gulf Coast and California.
If you notice, the United States is fully red again, except for places like New York and a few other states. And it's actually on the uprise here in New York, but not as fast.
Yeah. Down in England, they've got a couple of places which are gone back into local lockdown. There's one place in Scotland on the border with England that has gone back into phase 1, The rest of the country's in phase 2, and we'll be going into phase 3, hopefully before this weekend.
We did today. We did it today, David. And I understand people have to get back to work. If you do what this is saying, if you do what you have to, you'll survive it. If you're careless and you don't do what you have to, like people are slowing down with the washing of their hands, they're touching doorknobs, they're still touching stuff. And to be honest, I have to be extra precautious because I have a respiratory issue, but I see people touching doors. I watched 5 people touch this doorknob. You know what I did? I pulled my sleeve over my hand to open the door. My shirt over my hand to open the door because I refused to touch it. And then when I got home, I still washed my hands in antibacterial soap and regular soap.
Hi, Blind Neil.
Blind Neil's here.
That was the thing that amazed me when this all kicked off. People had to be reminded to wash their hands.
It lets you wonder how many people weren't washing their hands.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many things that people do on a day-to-day basis and moving around and getting things done and constantly moving that they don't wash their hands as many times as they should wash their hands. That's pretty much what I think that made.
Yeah, and therein lies the problem.
Because honestly, you can also say for yourself, you weren't washing your hands that many times a day either. No one does. You're moving around, you're doing what you're doing, you're moving, and you're moving. Most people do not wash their hands as many times as they should.
And now they're trying to say that it's airborne. So I'm like, well, what's the deal with that? Was it airborne? Was it not? Now they're trying to say, hey, we think it's airborne. Well, hello, people sneezing and coughing over each other.
Like I told you before, if it's an airborne thing, then you can forget about it. You're going to get it anyway, because you cannot protect yourself from anything that's airborne. You have to be able to breathe oxygen. That's what I said, all those masks and stuff like that, that wasn't to protect you from getting any coronavirus. All that was to protect other people you come in contact with from not getting your sputum when you speak or if you sneeze or whatever on them.
Yeah.
And it's only there to help. It's not.
Good luck.
Hey, what's up, Blind Neil?
Nothing is 100%.
Good luck with those lessons, Blind Neil.
It's just like you see these people riding around in their car by themselves with a mask on. What's the point of that?
What is the point? Yeah.
What are you protecting the car from?
To change the subject to drones. I know it's not a drone channel as such, but I was buying that cheap controller from eBay, Paul.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that the guy obviously didn't know what he had. It was a genuine DJI controller for the Spark, Herman and Lawrence, if you don't know the tale. And he had it up as an auction, but he also had it buy it now as £29.
Okay.
I ripped his hands off. For £29, even if it was broke, there was money to be made from it. It's not broke. It flies. It works perfectly. And I've been flying with it, which means I've got my range back. And as part of that, as long as the Spark is against the sky, I can confirm I can still see it to 500 meters out. Never mind 400 feet. 500 meters.
Right. As long as the sky's the right color.
Yeah.
But you can also put those little strobies on there too.
Yeah, no, that's without strobes or anything. That's just, against the sky. And if I dropped it down below the hill, I'd be able to see it with the strobe on. It's the skyline, Yeah. So a successful weekend from that point of view. And I can't believe I got it so cheap.
Well, I'm happy it works for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, never look the gift
I hardly. Oh no.
Look, if somebody says the sky is purple and they really believe it, agree with them. They'll leave you alone.
I thought you were going to hit the button on that Anafi.
You're going to buy an Anafi, are you?
No, that's what I thought David was telling us a whole story about that. But he came out to be the spark.
Oh, the big new 7,000 or 8,000 pound, huh?
Oh yeah, I'd love one, but can you imagine what would happen?
Yeah, how would you explain that to the missus?
I don't think there'd be any explanation, but I'd be served with papers for a divorce.
He'd be
Where
like,
do I order one?
whatever happened to David and that Anafi? They're traveling Europe together.
Yeah, permanently, because it won't come out of where she stuck it.
I know, right? Could you imagine?
Does it come with a hard case? Because you're gonna need it for shelter when it rains.
Right? Put the Anafi under you and open the case up over you. That's what you're gonna have to do, man.
Hey, did you see that new? I think it needs wheels at that point. But did you see the new GPC case for the?
No.
Oh yeah, the one Dobo showed it. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that needs wheels at that point.
it can hold 2 full Evos,
Yeah,
Oh, you got to be bugging.
and a bunch of batteries.
a bunch of batteries, and everything you
batteries,
can have for every
chargers.
Evo.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it need wheels.
huh. Hold on. Let's cut this and move this here. Yes, I am editing a video while Paul is live.
Yeah,
Only because
I've done it
That's how-
before.
that's how he gets away with it.
Yeah. Well, I don't shoot very many videos.
Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the oceans are out of fish.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
are. I've heard that.
I can't wait to get back out there.
What's up, Jackson RC? How are you?
Hi, great. Hi, Jackson.
I had a guy
That's good.
talking about people not wearing masks at a gas station. As I said, Will, threatening my life. He said, "What are you going to do, old man?" I stopped, turned around, and said, "I might shoot you if you come within 6 feet of me." Well, drone shots, I have a philosophy too. I'm 6'3". I have a close to almost a 3-foot reach. So if you come within 3 feet of my 3-foot reach, I have the right to punch you. You're well within the 6-foot radius of me, and I'm just defending me.
Brand Ariels. Hi, Gary.
You said you could scratch your knees standing up, Lawrence.
No, almost. The legs and torso are just as long too. You stupid, Irvin.
You know, it's funny. I went to school for art, and when we
Hey,
covered
Phantom,
that,
Argus.
a lot of people argue this one, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But a human being, a lot of people don't understand this, from the joint on your hip joint,
Mm-hmm.
you're an equal, top and bottom from the hip joint.
You're supposed to be. But I did know a guy who could touch his knees. He had a short torso and regular legs.
No, he
And
just
his
had
arms
long
touched
arms.
the top of his knees.
No, he had long arms. Equal at the hip joint. It's just like how your nose is in the center of your head.
Yeah. And the height of your nose, a lot of artists don't notice, and I couldn't figure this out. I can draw anything technical. I can draw gears. I have an associate's in mechanical engineering. But when it comes to drawing people don't notice, but they teach you as an artist that your nose is the same height as your ear. So if you got a big freaking nose, 9 times out of 10, your ears are the same size. And they teach you that the top of your nose should line up with the top of your ear. I never knew that. So if you look at someone, you say, "Damn, they have big ears," look at their nose. It's probably the same size. 9 times out of 10, it's the same size.
Paul,
But
I
of course, by
understand.
then, I didn't want to draw anymore. What'd you say, Paul?
I sent Paul Hodges an invite, but he's got to cook dinner. I understand. I just didn't want him to feel left out, you know?
Yes, Jackson RC says great ship footage, great boat footage. Oh, just heard thunder. Can't hear lightning.
You heard lightning and saw thunder. All right.
That might hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know that, right, Paul?
Yeah.
If that happens, it hurts.
Yes.
Just started raining.
Everything turns white.
Oh my God! It's like all I see is lightning.
Yeah, it was a pretty bright flash. I opened the door. My wife was standing there.
You know that, right,
You
Lauren?
brought the thunder with you.
Scared the hell out of her, huh?
Yeah, I opened the door. She was like,
You know that, right, Lauren? If you hear the lightning,
no, I didn't hear. You know what I meant.
if you hear the
I
lightning,
didn't hear the damn lightning. I heard the thunder.
I see the thunder, that means it hurts.
Yeah, this is true. But this is why that camera system that Justin showed me, because it's magnetic. I like the fact that I can screw the base into the wall where I want it and just attach it
You
via
go outside
magnet.
and pick it up.
So then I'll be able, huh?
After the lightning strike, you'd have to go outside and pick it up.
On the ground smoking, right? What's up, Corey? How are you?
Well,
Oh, excuse me a second.
okay. So Herman, how's the progress going on the ankle? Do you see any difference or no? Is the swelling going down or?
I can't tell because I'm in a boot. I have to
Okay.
be in the boot
Wrapped right up.
all the time. But I mean,
Herman's like a car. You leave it in the corner too long, they give you the boot. Well, Herman's got the boot.
it feels fine. Just like I said to you before, it's just that with
What
the
happened?
nerves, there's a lot of nerves running through your foot.
Right.
Yeah, most of your nerve endings do go there.
I can feel each and every individual foot part of the foot.
Waking up now.
No, this has been going on for a week. But you can feel each and every individual part of it separately.
So you know when it's time to take that pain pill then.
Hey, Corey
Before
Mano.
that happens.
Yeah.
Phantom Hodges wants to know if you're going to Roger Palooza.
Who?
Phantom Hodges wants to know if Corey Mann is going to Roger Palooza.
That's going to be what, all Canadian affair this year, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I think it is. It looks like it's going to be because Herman's down, and right now traveling
I
across
don't think you
country
can go.
from
I think
one
you can
country
go
to
the border.
another. All I do is say I'm from New York, and they won't even let me in.
No, but I
Yeah.
don't think that Canada and the United States open that border.
No,
No, they
no.
haven't.
No, they
you
haven't.
can't go nowhere anyway.
It'll be nice to look across the border, though.
And
Well,
if we even go there,
Lawrence
tell them
Lawrence
There you
being
go.
Lawrence being an Olympic swimmer, he could just swim across, you know.
Not me. I sink like a rock, dude.
Boy, then you could run along the bottom.
No, that's okay. I know this is what I got to deal with, David, on a regular basis from this
There's
guy.
got to be a place along the fence where you can climb over and be in somebody's backyard.
Listen, I don't need to go to another country to catch corona. Probably traveling from my house to the Canadian border, I'd get infected easier than crossing over into Canada.
Yeah.
But I know one thing: if the cops go to arrest you, you just start coughing. They'll back off.
That's not going to stop. After they tase and tackle you, you
Come on, tase you.
Yeah, when you're flopping around on the ground like a fish out of water.
Yes, I know.
and they used your flapping
Yeah.
around on the floor as you resist an arrest.
Hey, Zelda Master. I've never seen that name before. Let me see. Am I a supporter of Zelda Master John? No, I'm not. Okay. Let's go back to this here.
Now, David, when did you get your new controller?
It arrived just in time for me to. Well, you heard me linking it up on Rogers on Thursday.
Yeah.
I got it all linked up and updated. Once I got it linked, I plugged it all in, got it all updated because it hadn't been updated for a while. Got the latest firmware on it, got it all sorted, and just in time for me to go away Thursday.
So you were able to fly it quite a bit while you were out.
Yep. In between the rain and the snow, the first flight I took it easy. I just kept it close for a couple of minutes, checked everything was working, and then I thought, oh, to hell with it, sink or swim time, and I went over the lock.
David, you said between the rain and snow. What snow?
Rain and storms.
Oh, storms. You said snow. I'm going, what?
Oh, I hope not. No, it was typical. We'd had good weather right up to the time when we could go out to play, and then a storm came through. But I got flying in. I got everything in I wanted to do. It could have been better if the weather had been better, but I flew about 6 batteries in total.
Wow. I bet it felt good to be back flying again, right?
It felt good to be out, to be able to fly where I wanted, do what I wanted, etc., etc. It was good fun. And then Lindsay turned up, and of course, no, that was not true. That's not true. We set out to walk down the loch to take some better pictures of the castle that's on the island there. And the weather was just coming good, and we set off, and it's about a mile to walk down, and by the time we got there the wind was back up and that, so I said, no, I'm not going to fly. It was borderline. I thought, I know what's going to happen. You're going to fly, you're going to take those pictures, and you're going to lose the drone on the way back. No, I'm not going to play that game.
Hello, Val.
Val,
Hi, Val.
Hey guys.
Val, what happened this morning?
What?
Well, when those guys were shooting that scene from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, you sat right there and let it happen. It just went like, I don't know.
I don't know what happened. I was surprised.
I missed something, did I?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
They all had their favorite stuffed animal and sang along with Paul.
Oh,
I
boy.
just couldn't.
Shots. Yeah, I was sitting there and just thinking, wow.
Val had that look on her face too.
There's a bunch of people really liking their stuffed animals. The truth comes slipping out. The
Yeah.
longer you watch people.
I
Paul,
caught
If
the last few minutes.
if you guys
No,
want,
we good.
No.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Paul had
Hey,
his whole crew.
Jackson.
Andrew had a big old, what was his name?
oh, he had a big Fozzie Bear type
What
of
was his
thing.
name?
I
Whatever
saw
his name was.
Windsor, wasn't it?
Windsor,
Yeah,
I saw Windsor at the end. Yeah.
And then, oh gosh, it was John Coopy had a bear, and it was rough.
Oh, did they say the border would be closed until a vaccine, you think?
I've got a stuffed penguin.
So
It doesn't sing though, and neither do I.
What were you showing? Put it back up.
It's a penguin.
What the hell's happening?
I'll have to tell you the story behind the penguin.
Mhm.
It's, I'll pin it back up later. When you go down, or when you used to go down to do duty in the Falklands, it used to be called going down to look after the penguins, and everybody came back with a penguin. The penguin was made out of clay, and you had to paint up the penguin for your replacement. Well, my replacement, the guy I was replacing, could not mould clay or paint to save himself. So my penguin was this. And I've had it ever since. It's 35-year-old.
Oh my, nice. I was going to show Paul the stuffed animal my son had made, my oldest son, but seeing as it was a skunk, I didn't want to bring memories up.
Oh, talking of
Off-
skunks,
Off Axis says that we ought to repeat this morning now.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
That's not what he said.
Shall we repeat for them, Paul?
Okay, so if you want to repeat, I'm going to repeat too. Don't forget to hit the mute button.
Phantom Hodges got his part for his Phantom.
Very good.
Came in.
good.
So guys, don't forget to hit that like. If you hit that like, he won't be bringing out his therapy doll. So just hit it.
And Gary Brand Ariel says that he's got his picture up there, emoji of a penguin.
Yeah, look at that. That's cute.
The let's just take it back a bit. I've been missing since Thursday. What's the news on the skunk front, Paul?
Well, because we had a fireworks going all weekend, there's nary to be seen again. And I finally told the guy, says, well, if you want to pick the traps up, pick them up, and maybe we'll try again next week. I'll keep an eye out to see if. So he says, no problem, I can bring them back. So he didn't show up today to set them or bait them. So I don't know.
Sardines.
I got more cameras up now.
Yeah.
So you might have frightened them off rather than trapped them. At least they're not there. That's the
So let me get this straight, Paul. They're not coming around since you put the traps up.
That's right.
In fact, on the video, they walked right by in front of the traps.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the heck?
Gotta have sardines.
What?
Gotta be something that smells horrendous, but you would still eat.
I wouldn't eat
One of the
that.
things that they eat.
They would eat sardines. I'll go right for it.
Why?
Because they're stinky and
What
that's
do
what's
they
got fun.
normally eat though?
Sardines.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
Lawrence, are you okay, dear?
Yeah, I am. I'm on the phone. I'm sorry. I am.
No, you're
Okay.
kind of just
That's all right.
no.
Yeah. What do they normally eat?
Well, he's got this special bait he puts in the traps.
Barbie.
Yeah,
But
but bait is usually like a fake. Something
I
fake.
think,
to what they normally
Lynn down on the farm says that they used to bait their traps for skunks and raccoons and everything. They go buy the cheapest cat food you can find in the can,
Uh-huh.
and it stink to high heaven, and you put that in there.
Sardines.
Works every time.
Sardines. That cats love sardines and tuna. See,
Cat food smells bad.
bad.
I don't even know how the cat eats it after the way it looks.
And they think it's special.
Yeah.
You open a can, if they're used to canned food, you open a can around a cat, they all come running.
That's what you get, Paul. Get some cat food and put in there.
Well, I don't have the traps back yet, so.
Yeah. That's why, you open a can of tuna, they come running. You open a can of sardines, they come running. I know because my roommate has 2 cats. So it makes it very easy. You put that in, skunks will come.
So, not
I'm
cat.
beginning to wonder if our cat isn't a cat because she doesn't like tuna fish.
Your cat is not a cat. You think
Maybe he's got a vegetarian cat.
Oh no, she's not a vegetarian. She didn't like what we put out for her lunch or a tea tonight, and she went straight out and caught herself a mouse.
Oh, I saw Wakey today. I heard from Wakey today. I
Did
went
you?
over to Jeanette Pickering. She was on, and he's like, "Oh, I made pork with cracklings. I think that must be a crackling crust or something.
Yeah,
And potatoes and Yorkshire pudding and sweet
Oh, lovely.
cabbage." I was like, "Man, that's all I can think about." I thought he was being very bad. I told him, make a video, then I'll make it too. And he didn't.
No.
No.
Well, the other thing that was interesting today on Roger's Studio B show
Yeah.
was Centroid showed up.
I know. Oh my God. You know what? I absolutely adore Centroid. He is one of those guys you meet. He's exactly like how he is on live. We had so much fun. I can't even leave my state. They don't want me to fly anywhere, any of us Idahoans, with what's going on. But as soon as I can, I'm flying up there and we're going to go up into Canada. He wants to go with me to Canada again and hit the border.
Well, you
Wow.
know, Val, you got to remember, he's a school teacher. So they used to dealing with all kinds of brats and stuff like that, personalities. So, I mean, dealing with you is probably easy
I think so.
compared to like some of these children out here.
He's just one of these guys. I mean, I just adore him. He's just super. He's just super. So it was nice talking with him. Oh my God, and I saw his house.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Okay. That's what Val was just saying. She was sorry you were back.
Yeah, Val,
No, Norton said he was sorry. Why are you sorry you're back?
Yeah.
yeah, Val. He can go on a school trip with a bunch of kids. He can ride to Canada with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me just say, being on a school bus with me with a bunch of kids is not fun. All the girls come getting on the
Hey,
bus,
Sean.
and I'm like, this is a no crack zone. Pull those pants up. Mhm. Yeah, I was not fun when I went on and was, what do they call that, chaperone?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
like, yeah, you're not lighting a fire on the bus floor. Don't make me come back there.
What kind of kids you have on the bus?
Oh my God, they're from a really expensive neighborhood. They were little. I couldn't believe it. I look back and these kids with all these fancy clothes that looks like a dog had eaten it. They're sitting there lighting fires on the floor, and I just thought, you don't have the sense that God gave you. Don't make me throw you out the window. And they're
Val.
sorry, and I'm like,
Val,
what the hell?
you mean to tell me you didn't lift the backhand and say, sit the hell down?
Let me just say, they stopped what they were doing. Because I was like, yeah, we're not playing this. I am not on a bus with a bunch of idiots.
They were cranking you up.
Oh, you know what? I like all of them. I mean, it's one of those things where I just like kids to begin with. Okay, I am like totally filthy here. I've been working, but yeah, I like all kids. I can't help it. But when they start lighting fires on the bus, my daughter's on that bus, I don't think so, little cherubs. Put you out the back door.
Well, I think originally that back door, they said it's for an escape hatch on a bus, but I really think that originally was designed by a bus driver so that he can eject them.
Oops, Tommy fell out the back.
Yeah. Well, he'll catch the next bus.
Oh my
He's gonna
God.
call us in a minute to walk you through
Thank you,
downloading a
Donna.
DTX table.
Well, you know, I remember the first time I sat by the emergency exit on a plane, and they ask you if you feel if you're comfortable with assisting people in case of an emergency. And I was like, well, how hard could it possibly be? You grab one and you toss. You grab another one and you toss. I mean, how hard could it possibly be?
What are you up to about
You toss one out and you go, hey, can someone deploy the slide? Toss another one out. You better hurry. They're kind of falling out here.
I mean, you open a door and you grab one and you toss. You grab one and you toss.
Oh my God.
And if the guy on the other side is doing his job, it should be easy.
So is anyone thinking about getting on a plane and traveling anywhere soon?
Not me, but I wasn't anyway, COVID or not.
I can't walk right now.
Yeah, you have to stay home. How about you, Lawrence?
What happened?
You gonna go fly anywhere?
Oh,
On an airliner.
this is what happens, Val, when you're nice to. This is what happens, Val, when you're nice to people, and they have something that they don't want anymore.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. You see these?
Ooh,
Battery.
yes.
I just got their 2200 5S batteries
No.
for my Chameleon and my long range bird. I had 4S, and on 4S, I could only go a mile before I had to turn back.
Right.
Now, with these 2200s, 5S batteries, I could go a little bit further and not worry about running out of battery power coming back. So you figure about a 2-mile ride now.
Very good.
I may do it along the beach just to show that I could do it and never do it again.
You should do it along the beach.
What happened?
You should do it along the beach.
That lady
That was a nice
Well,
flight.
there's 8 miles. There's 8 miles of beach out here.
Yes.
So to go 2 miles there and 2 miles back, I did 1 mile in 2.5 to 3 minutes.
You know, what
Okay.
if you did 4 miles by, well, Herman can't walk, so you can just lay him out on the beach and then about 4 miles away and just fly straight out.
How am I going to get to the beach now?
How's he going to get in the sand, Val? His little one-wheel knee thingy isn't 4-wheel drive. It's not
Yeah.
off-road.
And imagine what would happen if he got sand in that boot.
Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine an itching Herman with sand in that sucker?
I'm not listening to Val.
Oh, off access. The 2200 mAh is going to go on my Chameleon TI 6-inch, which is, where is that? Where is that? Oh, it handles I have a 1 watt. I have a 1 watt VTX in it.
I'm going to check
TBS
that, Paul,
VTX
okay?
in it. Off access.
Hey, Val.
Yeah.
I
I've
feel
already
like
taken
this.
that 1 mile, but this one here, I'm putting GPS in, and I should be able to take that about 2.5 miles and back with a 2200 mAh.
Since
At
you
least
can't-
hypothetically, that's what the numbers tell me. Now it's just a matter of getting out there and trying it.
Val, since you can't make it to Canada, what you could do is you can fly to Lawrence right there by the airport, and y'all can fly it on the beach, and y'all can go live when Roger goes live.
You
No
know what,
problem.
Val? It's funny
Yeah.
because if you were to come into JFK International Airport,
Mhm.
once you got on the subway system
Yeah.
from Howard Beach,
Subway?
JFK International Airport, it's literally 22 minutes to my house.
Wow.
And a 5-minute walk there to the beach. Oh, where 6-inch makes sense. Well, on the 6-inch, I have 6-inch props, 51, 61, 43 degree angle, and that seems to be perfect for cruising. Also, the telemetry on this, I have longitude and latitude, so if she goes down, I just play it back in a goggle and have a general idea where it is. But
Lawrence, by the time Val got to the subway from the airport and got to your house, she could be getting out of a cab in front of your house.
that's true. That is true,
Airport's
Val.
right there.
That is true. Seriously.
They wouldn't let me in New York now. I have to wait.
Oh yeah, you come to New York, your butt's quarantined for 2 weeks
I'm definitely quarantined for 2 weeks.
with no questions asked. You're being quarantined, definitely.
At one
Well,
of the airport
Off
hotels.
access, I'll let you know how it is. It's gonna rain the next few days. It's that time of the year here in New York where it gets really incredibly humid and hot. And I have problems breathing during the day. But if I go out early in the morning before it starts getting hot, like about 6 or 7, it's usually about 9 o'clock. It's incredible. This morning it was 8 o'clock. It was 88 degrees at 9 a.m. and the humidity was like at 65 already. It was like trying to breathe through a wet, hot rag with a mask on.
Roger.
Hey, Raj.
Hey, JSK, how are you? Roger, what's good?
You know, I
3X Drones, how
checked
are you?
out Paul Everything Spicy, their channel, and I think I got this right. They do a lot of things where they're eating spicy stuff. Yeah. I
Who?
think this is Everything Spicy.
Oh,
So,
excuse me a second. I have to go cough this stuff up.
Well, that's kind of like, that's like Lawrence, everything beef,
yes.
beef ribs. Yep.
So,
I'm still waiting for the beef rib challenge that Herman's going to put him through.
Not me.
there you go.
Like
Yeah.
I said,
And
If it
play
was-
on words. Really
if it
cool.
wasn't so expensive, I'd like to see him try that side of beef he thinks he can eat.
So how much could it possibly cost to get a side of ribs?
Well, how many ribs on a steer, Val?
Maybe 10.
A whole bunch.
Now he's saying a half a rack, right?
Yeah.
A rack. So you're talking about
2.5 feet, maybe 3 feet.
that's a lot of
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
really meaty too. It's not like gnawing on a pig.
you talk about the whole top to bottom, then you got the whole that's going to be quite fun to watch. I know there'll be a lot of food left over.
It'd be fun to watch.
Grass-fed beef short ribs. They're not short ribs. It's gonna. I think it looks like it's like over $100.
Yeah.
Go look at the whole, but you're talking about a whole rack, he said.
Yeah, beef back ribs. That's
Not
it's
just
pretty-
not just a piece
Not
that they
just the
cut.
back. Yeah, the whole
Here.
rib.
Meat Mitch, Kansas City ribs, 2 slabs, $99.
$99. No how.
Yeah, that's not inexpensive. They look huge, guys, huge.
And what is it? Just the small pack, the regular.
Well, if he can really
Yeah,
do
that's
that,
all.
it's like Blind Neil
You
says.
can't-
I'd like to see him gnaw through a 72-ounce steak too.
They have those.
Yes, they do.
Well, let me get just one rib. Big back.
72-ounce steak.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh my gosh.
That's not a steak. That's a side.
Oh, wait a minute.
You could
Hold
feed a
on.
family on that as a roast.
Roger just asked me if I saw his latest video, which means he must have crossed the road. So I have to, don't even tell me about it. I'm going straight there, Roger. Give me a second. If you cross the road, it'll explain why the world's coming to an end.
Oh.
Roger did some nice stuff this week.
Lion, yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Please
Canadian
post that
Drone
link there,
Hub.
Roger.
What's the title of? Wait. Canadian Drone Hub. 9 hours ago. That's got to be it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Let me see. It might not be.
Okay. Oh, Suki now, Roger.
Yeah.
He's at home.
No, he's at a truck stop.
Oh my God. I'm waiting for lightning to strike.
Well, and
Roger has crossed the
and-
street.
And you'll catch
Oh,
his
look, nice aerial antenna too.
and you'll catch his favorite sign. Just
Tim
a glimpse
Hortons.
of
Timmy's.
Timmy Hortons.
Timmy's.
All right. Roger, nice
Oh.
reveal of the sign.
Geeks Bondage just put up
impressed.
something too, and I missed that today.
I caught his deal today. Yep, there was a drone crash. Yep.
Yep.
I'm actually impressed. Hold on a second here. Oh, host has it disabled.
Hey
And
Val,
there's a radio antenna nearby.
send Roger a link. He says the one I sent didn't go through.
I will send you a link because my links work. Hold on.
Roger,
I
I'm
got
proud of you, man. You almost brought a tear to my eye.
It's like our boy graduated, you know,
Yes.
walking
Yes.
across the stage.
You're no longer a grasshopper. You're now become a locust. You can
Yeah.
eat everything in front of you.
Yeah. Adrian, how you
Wait
doing?
a minute, and he's showing the skills by strafing from right to left.
Yeah.
Roger, I've never seen you make that move before.
Yeah,
That's very
yeah.
impressive. I'm really happy for him. I'm enjoying this.
He does Tai Chi also.
Yeah, this is
Hey,
a-
Roger, if you don't get that, let me know because I'll find a better way to send it to you if I need to.
this is nice, Roger. The coloring is nice. Very well done. Hold on a second. Give me about 30 seconds.
1,
Okay.
2,
Hold on.
3,
Hold on a second.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah, I'm checking out that video right now.
10, 12, 13,
But what's the countdown for?
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7,
Roger,
8, 29, 30. He,
I must say, Roger, I'm impressed.
he said to give 30 seconds, so I did.
Oh, then you hit
Hey,
the
what's up,
send
Big
button.
Mac?
And he was
Adrian
back
Mateo.
exactly 30 seconds.
Roger,
He's good.
that was your best video you've done yet.
There he is.
That was the best video he's done yet. Seriously.
Hi, Roger.
Hi.
Hey, Roger.
Off access.
Wait a minute. Why won't this come up on screen? Okay, there we. Wait a minute. That's wrong. There. Something's not right here. Return to meeting. Oh, there we go.
Hi,
Okay.
you're in Chelsea.
Somehow
I
it
saw
somehow
that video.
closed the window. The Zoom window. Roger, what's good, man? That was very, very freaking impressive.
You. Yeah, well, I decided to go out and fly yesterday, and I did a camping ground also, so that's another video that's gonna be coming up pretty soon.
No, that was very good, though.
Oh,
Kim,
Hey,
go,
wait a
go
minute.
sit down somewhere, Kim.
If you said go sit somewhere. Nice, Kim. Is that a
Yeah.
rebuild?
Being
what
real.
is, what is it, Kim?
I've remodified it.
The space
Okay.
one we built back in
Oh.
July of last year.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, very
The
nice.
cup antenna is there.
Kim, you know when you do that, right? We can't see Roger.
Nice,
Hey,
Kim. I
Kim,
look
go
forward
on
to
up.
seeing some footage.
Kim,
I
go on
really do.
upstairs and Val will send you a link.
Roger,
I
that
come
was
sit with
creative.
Roger
You
for a
know,
minute.
Or
you know
sit
why I
with
enjoyed
Roger.
that, Roger?
Yeah,
Because I got to see a part of Canada other than your yard and your neighbor's yard.
that's it.
And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the fact that you thought about getting in the car with your drone and going somewhere else and flying means you've took that step. You know how the baby takes that first step? Well, now we're just pushing you across the street.
Well, my son came with me to be my spotter, so you know.
That was
that
nice.
helps. That
Oh,
helps.
you actually had you even got Salty out the house too?
Oh no, my son. My son.
Mario.
Oh, I thought you said Salty.
I was waiting to see him orbit the station.
No, I'm impressed. Little steps. That was good because different is good.
Yeah, and I also did a campground, and that's it's gonna be tomorrow's video or tomorrow night's video, one of the two.
Okay,
Right.
well, that's
Can't
very
wait to
good.
see it.
Yes, I
That
look
big
forward.
antenna, I was scared I would lose connections, but nope, didn't lose connection at all. With that big antenna beside the road there.
Mhm.
Yeah, as long as you, well, to be honest, as long as you're not near the top of that antenna,
Yeah.
you're okay.
Mhm.
You're out of its blast range. But if you start getting closer to it, you're going to see signal interference. But you should leave antennas alone anyway.
Yeah, I know.
From the distance, that distance you got to see the full height of it and everything. That was more than fine.
Mhm.
Just don't let Kim, despite what Kim may say, he may say get closer, Roger. Don't do it.
2,000 feet away.
But no, that's really good. I'm really happy for that. I actually enjoyed that video. That's one of your best videos this year so far, because I got to see some other part of Canada.
Yeah. Well, when Phantom Hodges comes down and all that, we're gonna probably travel somewhere else and go fly.
Okay, but you'll see. You're gonna want to start doing that more and more. You're gonna be like, hey, the weather's nice. Why should I just sit here and fly when I can go there?
Yep.
You know, or one day you may want to drive into town and you bring your drone with you. You may see something you want to capture.
Yeah.
So you have to start thinking that way. Even if you're going in town to get cigarettes or whatever, bring your drone along. You might want to stop somewhere on the side of the road. There may be a rainbow, anything. You see how people catch everything on their cell phones. It's the same thing with a drone.
Especially if you're running from the law.
Here we go.
Drone shots is pretty hot down there too. Yeah, here too. It's starting to warm up. Paul Perlator just phoned me. They will phone me on my cell phone when my thing arrives.
Okay. Did they say when it's going to arrive?
She doesn't even know herself.
Okay.
So the way she talked to me on the phone is like she's giving me shit. I got 3 reports here. What the hell's going on? Whoa, lady. You know.
Well, when I talked to her last, I told her that your cardiologist called me and wanted to know where the hell the air conditioner was.
That's it. I'm gonna go there alone, pick it up. Ain't a hell of a car you got there, boy.
What you have to do is just make sure you wear your mask, and every once in a while, just kind of like take a deep breath. You know.
Oh, I'll be wearing a mask for sure. I'm just wearing to fit in my car. That's the problem. Don't forget, I don't have the truck no more.
Yeah, well, it'll fit laying down in your back seat. The box is about this wide, and it's just about so tall.
Yeah. Okay.
And if it doesn't, the next best thing to do is completely take it out of the box, put it in your car, put the cardboard in your trunk.
Yeah, I know. That's all I was gonna do.
Yeah, you know, Mr. Frenchman. Oui, oui.
Did she tell you the hours? 8:30 to 5:30, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Roger, that was very impressive. I like to see drone pilots. I don't care what level it is, but going outside of their comfort zone. And I know you were very comfortable with flying from your yard, but today showed that you can get away from that comfort zone and still have fun. You enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, I had fun. But at the camping ground, I was freaking nervous though. Those trees were
all the trees.
Tall, bloody tall. I lost connection 2 or 3 times, but I kept my cool.
Hey, Roger, show them some of your pictures from there.
Is that because the Mavic Mini is Wi-Fi only?
Yeah. I do realize, Roger, that having Kim as a spotter is really a hard task trying to keep him focused.
Yeah,
That's why he had his son.
I brought my son.
Yeah, see, that's good move, good move.
Yeah, Roger and Mario. Yep.
But you can condition Kim too. You just have to keep him focused. You know I love you, Kim. I have no hard feelings towards Kim. I just like messing with him.
Where'd he disappear to?
Where did he disappear to? Hey,
Yeah.
here we go, Val. You know what this is, right?
Ooh.
The wire and a bag, you know.
Well, there it
Okay.
is.
Oh, is that a receiver, an FC?
Oh,
Crossfire.
can you click
Huh?
on the chair?
Yeah,
What's
from
that?
Crossfire.
I
Oh,
can't
okay.
hear.
Yeah.
Black sheep.
Okay.
And this is going, Val, with the Unifiers VTX is going
Oh,
in this
nice.
bird right here. I just put some new motors on her. So
Oh, nice, Lawrence.
So
Very
now-
nice.
There you go. That's
Nice.
some more Roger.
Now, where
Roger,
you
that's impressive.
you're on this side of the lake with the
Where are you at, Roger, in the picture?
Pardon?
Where
Where
are
are you
you?
standing?
You'll see it when the drone turns on. I'll show you. Here, hold on. I'll fast forward it there. I'm way back over. No, that's here.
Now see, that's impressive.
I am on the baseball field, way in the back where the trees are all hidden and everything here.
Okay,
You can't
all
see.
right.
Look at him flying around.
This is what I want to see. And he didn't risk anything. He was safe in doing it.
I asked the permission of the owners of the camping ground if I could. They said yes.
If you could get a few pictures.
Nice, Roger.
I'm going to send them the film after I edit it a little bit. See, that's the baseball field. That's where I am right here. Behind
Okay.
all- He's sitting on the bench. So
All right,
all the
very
trees
good.
are hiding my signal.
Yeah,
How do
the
you know
trees,
he's here?
the trees were.
Yeah.
That's
But
just
all
like
you do is just go.
Van
All you
Cortlandt.
do is just go higher.
Mhm.
Lawrence,
You
that's
know
just
what?
like we were at Van Cortlandt.
Yeah.
They'll like
Surrounded
it,
by
Roger, because they can put it
baseball
up on their
fields.
website to advertise it.
Yeah, so I took a video of the entrance. It's marked with the camping ground, the name of it and everything.
Okay.
But then my battery was low, so I had to land her, then start over again. And
Put in
then,
the battery. Yep.
yeah, then do another film. So Kim's gonna try and edit it for me, put those two together.
Very good, Roger. I'm glad to see you're getting some flights in while the weather's nice.
Yeah,
And he gets better every time he flies.
So we'll see. That's what it is. It's about getting in the stick time. That happens to everybody. The more you fly, the better you get. It's a fact. I mean, I've never met anyone that the more they fly, the worse they get. And I've seen some pretty bad flyers in
Well,
my day.
Herman.
well, I don't know, Lawrence. I don't know.
All right, there's a few in New York. I'm not trying to mention names, Herman. There are a few in New York that I could beg to differ.
That
Well,
cat-
what's that
No,
guy's
killer.
name that we don't see much of that did
Uh-huh.
did the loop around the thing and hit the building? What?
Uh-huh.
Oh well, Elliot.
Yeah.
There are exceptions. Yeah. Okay, Herman. Case in point.
Elliot
Case in
Ben.
point. Case in point proven. Case in point proven.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's just some people that should not be flying drones. I will agree with that.
Uh-huh.
I will agree. But he's a phenomenal photographer.
Oh, yeah.
His pictures that I've been seeing on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah,
Elliot is a
man,
phenomenal
last
photographer.
drone, if it's
And if
connected
you-
to a drone,
And if you want to know something about a camera, he can pretty much tell you too.
But I think what he lacks is the depth perception gene.
Well,
Hard
not
as
every,
a photographer.
well, see, Paul, you've been flying so long. Herman and I have been flying so long, but we're past the point where when we fly, the adrenaline takes over and you're like on this high. We fly with a purpose now. There
Yeah.
are still people out there that fly, and every time they take off, it's like the first time.
Well, I
Like
think
right
if
now,
you
that's how I
actually
feel.
lose
That's how I
that,
feel in FPV now.
I think if you lose that, you're not gonna pick the sticks up anymore.
Yeah. Okay. You have a good point, but I mean,
It's just like, you ever see that guy? He goes into the casino and he loses all his money, and then he comes back
to the
he does it
casino.
again.
Yeah.
Then he comes back and he does it again. He's not playing for the thrill of trying to win. He's playing for the whole excitement of maybe I could win.
Well,
You
yeah.
understand? And once it's all over for him, it's like, whew, I'm still alive.
Yeah, I
Let me do it
understand
again.
that.
It's the
Sure.
same thing. Every time you pick up that drone, every time it takes off, if you don't have that thing,
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna pick it up again.
Well, Corey Mann says try racing. I can't take that kind of heart beating.
Oh yeah. I've
If you notice, Corey,
not-
a lot of my videos are me cruising around and maybe doing a flip here or a flip there. I'm not one of those guys that flip, fly, flip, fly, and racing, nonetheless. Back and forth with 8 other pilots. No, that's okay. You young guys stay with that stuff.
Yeah. Well, the after the story that I'd like to know is whatever happened to that guy that put his Phantom in the water?
We never saw him again after that day.
Well, I told you what happened, Paul. On the way home, his woman, his wife, his girlfriend had to have told him, told you not to buy that thing. And he never bought another one.
And what's funny, his friends that were there, they all had little Sparks. So he was the big wig of the group there. He had the Phantom 4 Pro and he had the controller and everything. And his friends had Sparks and we let everybody fly. Even his friends with Sparks, they're like, no, I don't go out over the water. I don't want to go out over the water. They would go straight up and come down. But they all went home with their drones and he didn't.
So you say he went and bought a Spark?
No. But his boys that were there, he had 2 or 3 friends that were there that were flying Sparks. I remember. I do remember that.
Yeah.
But we have not seen him, Paul,
feelings,
since that
man.
day. We haven't seen him. Like Herman said, his wife said, I told you not to buy that shit.
When that Phantom 4 Pro came out, a lot of guys got their feelings hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you couldn't feel much more dumb than that.
Well, after everyone turned and he said, what happened to my picture? And the drone was in the water going bloop, 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 bloop at the bottom. Now, keep in mind, the water was really shallow. Remember, Herman? The water, if you could swim, the water was maybe about 8 to 10 feet deep.
I wasn't going out there. Because
Yeah, neither was I. I can't swim, so you know as hell I wasn't going.
Was the water super clean?
On a low tide, I bet on a really low tide, there's a lump of mud right there where the drone
it
is.
doesn't even matter. You got to get over that big fence.
Yeah.
to get to
Oh,
But on low tide, Val, you can walk
They go
down
out
there
on the
with
rocks.
the water.
and
You
then
can
go
walk
out
down
into
there.
that water. Nah, and dark. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
He was out far enough.
Mm-hmm. It's
so
true.
how did he dump his
You
Phantom
better tell the story.
when it has optical avoidance? I don't know.
It did its job, Val. The
Val?
obstacle avoidance did its job. And
Val? It's the same thing when people get knocked out.
they
You
keep
know,
getting
your
back up.
brain is functioning, but eventually you know your brain is gonna say, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's
In a
doing.
nutshell,
I'm gonna go
Val.
to sleep.
In a nutshell, Val, the guy was flying. Everybody was flying. and he was watching somebody else's drone, thinking he
Thinking
was
that it
flying
was
their
his, he was
drone.
looking up, thinking that it was his drone and pulling down. So
Because he wanted
the
to come
drone would
down.
not come down because it wasn't his drone. So he's looking straight up at the drone and pulling down, and people are screaming, "Whose drone is that?" We told everybody to freeze. Everybody froze in the air and hovered, and everybody focused on his one drone. Now the obstacle avoidance did work. It went down. You could see the legs. The wind made it create a bubble. The legs went below the water line, and then you would see it hit full throttle and go bzzz, about 3 or 4 feet above the water. And people are going, "Whose drone is it? Whose drone is it?" And you see him pulling down.
And
'cause
he's still sticking it
this.
down.
He's still trying to pull down. Now, if you fly a DJI drone, you know if there's an error message or anything, the controller vibrates.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole time he's pulling down, is vibrating, and eventually it went down like this. You saw the top of it go down. It went up about 2 or 3 times at full power, and then it just said, "Bloop," and went in the water. And then when his picture went away, it went black. He realized that.
And he's
That
still
wasn't
looking
his
at the
drone.
drone up above him.
Yeah.
Now, the whole thing with the sensors on the bottom of that drone, it fought him long enough to the
It
point
did.
where it says, "I
It
can't
killed the
fight
battery.
anymore, and I'm just gonna give up."
Give up.
It killed
It's
the
like
battery
crabs in a
valve.
bucket.
2
You
to
just
3
kept pulling
times
that
it went
crab
down.
back down.
No, but 2 to 3 times it went below the water line, and the props were blowing so hard it created a perfect circle under it, pushing the water out of the way. And when we saw half of the drone go down with the legs, you could see the bubble around it, and it would hit full throttle and go up about 3 or 4 feet,
And
like it's
nobody
supposed to
could
do.
figure it was his.
Like
right.
it's supposed to. But after about 2 to 3 times being forced to land, that thrust, it would override him, but it lost power and just tilted over.
And
like
everybody
that.
was asking everybody, "Whose drone is that? Whose drone is that?" And he's watching this drone.
He's
up here.
looking up like this, still looking at
Once
dude's
again,
drone.
if you're too stupid to realize what's happening on the screen in front of you,
But Val, at the
Nothing you can
beginning
do
of the
about that.
meetup, this was an NYC Fibro drone meetup. And at the beginning of each meetup, as administrators, as you come, we ask you what's your flying experience. And what we would do is, if you were a noob, we put you in a group with noobs. Okay, if you were intermediate, we'd put you over with intermediate. And if you were an accomplished flyer, you would go where the accomplished flyers were. And we asked him, "What is your experience flying a drone?" He's, "Oh, I've been flying for a long time. I'm good. You know, I've had this drone for a while." No, he didn't. He lied. He just got the drone. After it went in the water, he confessed that he had just got the drone a week or 2 before.
or that was like my second or third meetup with those guys.
Yeah.
And I had gotten my Phantom 4 Pro that Monday. I packed my shit up and I said, "Yo, these dudes don't know what the hell they are doing."
Yeah. I remember Herman, because your boy came with you.
Yeah,
Your
that's
boy
what
was
they
with you
told
that
me.
day.
They said, you know, when you go down there to that group, there's this guy, Lawrence, he runs the whole thing.
That's what Elliot told him. You know what it was? I would take control of the meetups. When we had a meetup, Xavier was he was the main administrator, but he was more interested in getting there and flying than being a moderator or administrator, you know? So I would often take the reins at these meetups and separate the noobs. And I often, right, Herman, would get stuck with the noobs while everybody else was flying. And then at the end of the day, people would say, "Lawrence, did you fly?" "No."
So question. So they had the thing you look in, right? They had the picture,
Yeah.
right?
Val,
He never looked at his screen one
you
time.
can't be smarter than him on this one, Val.
He
Yeah.
never looked at his
Val, he
controller
never
or
looked at his
It's going
screen.
to drive you nuts.
Even though his controller was vibrating like this, humming now. It's humming. It's not stopping, it's humming
He's
because
still
it's
looking
trying to
Do
keep
that,
it
but
going
if
in the
I do
water.
that at some point,
Val, if you want to be on the same list with this guy, then be my guest. I'm just saying to
I'd be, oh my God.
I'm just saying to you is that if you're trying to figure out what the guy did wrong, it doesn't help by being smarter than him.
Right. And also, Val, it doesn't, there's no excuse for someone asking you, what is your flying experience? And you're saying that you're a seasoned pilot when you've only had the drone a week.
You know, I think about it because when Paul was helping me and we put mine up 200 feet, right, Paul?
200
The
feet.
fun, the fun thing was looking in the phone and seeing the picture of what it was seeing.
Right. But Val,
That was
this
the fun
entire
part.
time, he was wondering why his Phantom, and we had about 6 or 7 Phantoms there. He was wondering why his did not come down. Everybody else was landing theirs, and he was trying to pull it down, and he's looking up like this, and he's trying, and people are screaming. There's mayhem going around him. His controller's going like this, and he's still looking and wondering why that drone will not come down. Had he looked at his screen, he would have saw the water line like this.
Oh my God, I would have just fainted. I would have fainted looking
Well,
up
he definitely did
Listen.
the walk
going
of
down
shame.
to the water and up. Oh,
Val, he came in walking with his head high because he had a bigger drone than his friends. Like I said, all of his friends had Sparks and they were happy with what they had. And then when he went to fly his Phantom, they all circled around him and was like, yay, you know. And I was like, okay, maybe he does know what he's doing. But obviously he didn't.
no. Well, I'll
And
tell
the
you,
walk of shame followed, didn't it?
It did, because he walked all
Yeah.
the way to his car with his head down.
when
well,
I
his friend-
first saw Roger's little Spark, I thought that's way too small. That's so small.
Listen,
But
let me tell you
then
something.
We saw the pictures of it, and it did great pictures.
Val,
When you fly
I know
around
someone
and get it
here in
worth
New
it,
York,
Spark was
someone here
nice.
in New York personally, Val, that used to fly a Spark 2 to 3 miles every day on a regular. When they brought it back, the battery was going. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's true,
God.
Lionel. Karma kicked his butt because had he not
Yeah.
been showing off his new drone in front of his friends, trying to impress them, and had listened to us administrators, if he was a beginner, it wasn't a problem. At one time, remember, Herman, we took the giant picture? At one time, we had as many as 15 to 20 drones in the air. Because we took a picture of people in the crowd and they're flying with their drone above them. And Herman said, I'm not doing that.
Not doing that.
Because what we had to do was we had to stagger them because of prop wash. So you have to have one this high, and you would stagger them. And once they figured that out, they were able to take the picture. But trying to set it up was mayhem. Some people could barely hover their drone right in front of them.
Paul, there was some crazies out there that night asking a lot of crazy ass questions.
Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah. They had a whole.
After helping a few of them, I was not lining up with them with my drone in the air. There you go, Lon.
Yep, that's one of the shots. That's the view, Val, from that area.
That's beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That was
Beautiful.
that night.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
How
spot.
far offshore would he have been when he was doing the bob?
I'm telling you, he was maybe 25, 30 feet from the shore. Everybody in the park was standing at the rail
Oh.
watching this drone dance. We had a crowd of maybe about 25 to 30 people around us. And then there were about 25 to 30 pilots. So it was a large group there. And then people were
Watching
coming
this
into the
whole thing.
He
park.
was out far enough because
Yeah. 25, 30 feet where somebody yelled, oh my God, whose drone is that?
to get a shot of that whole bridge, you had to pull back.
Yeah.
And I was still out over the water. So he wasn't too far from where everybody was standing, but just on the other side of the fence, right off the rocks.
Yeah.
Maybe about 30, 40 feet out.
Yeah. It's just that.
I mean, I could see getting so anxiety and stress, and also,
Val,
you're
Val,
panicking.
the controller in his hand was humming. It had to be. When a bird flies by me, my shit hums.
Yeah, and that
Imagine-
female voice
imagine-
was talking to him.
Right. So imagine
He'd be
its
mad.
obstacle avoidance is beeping beep, 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 beep. Now keep in
gotta
mind, your
tell you,
controller does beep. So the
mine
controller was beeping and vibrating continuously. And he didn't think to look at his hands.
Well, you
I
would
would have
see
it.
right there you would see the thing on the screen telling you how close you're getting to the water.
Right. It would be flashing red. It would be red for the bottom, meaning go the hell up.
No, it's going to take him up on its own.
Well, it did 2 to 3 times until the
Well,
battery
it
died out. And
It actually did more than that because by the time it got to the point of where it was touching the water, I watched the whole thing.
yeah,
By the time it got to the point of touching the water, it had been bobbing once it picked up the water at 25 feet off of the water.
yes.
It was already
So,
trying not to go into the water.
it was trying, Val. This thing was, oh God, I can't swim. Oh God, I can't swim. That poor drone tried everything it could to not go in that water. And I have never seen a Phantom 4 at full power before this thing went into the water. To create a bubble under it that pushed the water out of the way, and you would see the legs go, these are the legs, my finger are the legs, you would see the legs go past the level of the water, and then it would raise back up full power.
I would just be dying. That would be
Manos, does anybody get a video of it?
I know, nobody got a video of it because everyone was screaming.
They were stunned.
We screamed so
Hopefully he's got it
loud.
in cash.
That would be so hard.
Roger, we screamed so loud that everybody in the park stopped what they were doing to see what we were screaming about, because but back then we weren't using radios. So to scream throughout the area, everybody stopped what they're doing. Everybody stopped what they're doing. All the administrators were running around screaming, stop where you're at, freeze, don't move nowhere. So we could identify the drone. And as we saw, one guy said, that's not my drone. Okay, bring it down. People started landing and coming in, and people were screaming, watching this guy go down to the water slowly.
You know why I'm laughing, Lars? Because I think Xavier got everybody's attention quicker than everyone else, because, you know, when Xavier sees something like that, all he sees is a life being taken.
Yeah.
I think that guy felt about this small by the time you get out of there.
Oh yeah. I
All
know
he
his
had
wife.
was control of the tablet.
His wife didn't say shit to him after that. All he could do is look at the radio,
Till they got to the car.
he
She's
folded
not
the
gonna
antennas
say
down.
anything.
I was like,
Lawrence, she's not gonna say anything until he buckles that seatbelt and grabs the gear shift.
mm-hmm.
Don't touch about that thing.
So he never
And-
came back?
And we never saw him again. In fact, he might have quit the group because people were like, who was that a-hole who lost the drone Sunday? And people were telling the stories like, oh my God, I was there. And dude, if you wanted to throw a drone away, you could have gave it to me. And they were ripping them. They were ripping them for a while. But nobody had footage. Nobody had freaking footage.
Oh my God.
No
So
one
that
thought to
SD
take out a
card.
camera or anything, because even little kids were screaming. It was crazy. The dogs were barking. People were screaming. It was like mayhem. Total
I bet you
freaking
that
mayhem.
drone is still sitting right there on
Yeah,
those rocks,
What
20,
happened?
30 feet out. I bet you that drone is still sitting there on the bottom of the
That's
water.
what I said. On low tide,
On those
when the
rocks,
tide
20,
goes
30
out,
feet
you
out.
probably see a mound of sand and the drone is under it.
Well, even if it's not coming out from underneath the water, I can guarantee it's probably still on those rocks out there.
Yeah.
The water doesn't get that rough over there.
Yeah, right. Because it's an inlet. And when
Carry it
the
out.
ocean current comes in, it fills with water, and then when the tide goes out, it goes low.
So I guess he never got it back. Probably will never get it back. Maybe
He
it's
left
fishing
with a
person.
controller in his hand, and then people asked him,
And
did you have
box.
it insured? He said no. There's
See what
like, hey,
BMAC aerials visuals said?
what happened?
BMAX aerial visuals. See what he wrote?
This whole story reminds me of a guy, a professional photography, who put his brand new Mavic 2 Pro into the ocean after confusing it with a regular Mavic that had flown into his area from a mile away. Yeah, but,
Listen,
yeah, be mad.
we've seen some tragedies. I had my 3DR solo go down. It was nothing major, but I did. Herman helped me recover it, and 3DR solo. They sent me another one. They looked at the flight logs and saw that 2 motor pods burnt out in mid-flight while in return to home mode, which means I was not controlling it. And they gave me another 3DR solo. Now that solo is living down in an island somewhere.
Well, I got the refresh pack on mine because I just didn't want to take a chance. You know, and on my iPad mini that I have to go with it, I got the Apple refresh thing, whatever it's called, the Apple Care. Because I decided if I'm going to pay that much for it, then I want to be able to replace it. So hopefully it'll be their fault, not mine, if it crashes.
Big Mac wants to know if he can post a link in there, Paul.
What's that?
To the
Big
Mavic
Mac
2
wants to
Pro
know
found a link
if you
to
can
his
post a
tale
link.
of woe. He's asking, can he post the tale of woe of the guy who lost his bird? Listen, guys, I got to get out of here a little early tonight.
Okay.
All right, I'm not going to be able to hang out with you guys the whole evening.
Okay, that's okay.
Unfortunately. All right.
Thanks for coming in.
No,
Lawrence.
it's been fun. It's been
Go
fun.
get them ribs, buddy.
No, dude, them ribs are gone. The ribs are gone. It's chicken breast tonight.
Ah, okay. So you can eat about 6 chickens by yourself, huh?
Oh, hell no.
At least.
Paul, you could probably see that one better.
Yeah. Okay. You see in the picture where Herman shows that the structure on the left is the base of the bridge. We were right where the sun ends. That's probably about where his drone went down.
Right down there. Huh?
Yeah, somewhere in that area at the bottom of the picture. But that's how close we were. He was pretty much.
Big Mac. That'd be the
Right.
first one out of my mouth. If
You know
I
what my drone is on this shot, Lawrence?
What
Sitting
happened?
right, the drone is right over the top of the fence taking this picture.
Yeah, so basically where the sun ends, close to the shore, he was that close.
Okay.
He was literally that close. But right there where the sun ends on the picture, on low tide, you can walk down there. People go down there with their dogs.
Okay.
You know, it's real sandy and everything.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Hey,
everyone have a great evening, okay?
Paul, can Big Mac, B Mac post that link?
I'm just typing. You can post the link. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, there, B Mac. Yeah.
And B-Max seems like an interesting guy. I also sent him a invite. So
I gotta go see that.
everybody's watching.
3 hours earlier. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't, I'm not going to turn the sound on because,
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one later.
yeah, me too. And I can see the whole thing. I just think it's great when people jump out there and they go to fly, and it happens. It just happens.
Yep.
I mean, it's better when it doesn't happen, but.
What?
So Paul, I am going to get out of here too because I've been on a long time. I mean, I've been on the computer a good amount of time today.
So now when you going flying?
They said that my drone is going to be, that attachment's going to be here on the 9th. So what day is that?
What attachment?
My attachment to go onto my receiver. So I can put my iPad mini. It was hard for me
Oh,
to
okay,
see
yeah.
the phone.
To mount the tablet. Okay, I got you.
It'll be there on the 9th. So I'm flying on the 9th.
Oh, okay.
When is the 9th?
Isn't that what, Thursday?
2 days.
Hey,
Yes. Because today's the 7th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So it'll
Thursday.
be Wednesday. So maybe we can fly before you go on. If it gets here.
Today's Monday, right? It's 6.
Yeah,
What?
Today's Monday. It's the 6th.
yeah, that's Thursday, Val.
Thursday, yeah.
I'm waiting way too long for this. Let me go check and see if maybe it's gonna come early.
Well, you
See,
can get
Val,
some heavy rubber bands.
Our government checks were supposed to be in today, but no, now it's for the 9th.
For the day, oh, see, that sounds not like a coincidence. Yeah, it says, so if I hit track package,
Mhm.
let me see what it says. They haven't even shipped this flipper yet. So they haven't even shipped it, guys. So I may just have to fly it without of that. See, I can kind of balance it on there. And if I'm sitting down, yeah, that's what Kim said. He said I couldn't do it that way.
No, you don't want to
Don't do
balance
that.
anything because you want things to be steady, sturdy. You don't want anything like your screen falls off while you're mid-flight and then now your eyes are totally off of everything.
Right? Yeah, because I kind of like to fly it out a little bit and then hit return to home just to see what happens.
What?
If I can fly it out like a half mile and just hit return to home.
No.
No?
Fly it out a half mile, you turn around and you fly back home.
Fly it back, yeah.
Hmm. Don't
Don't
you
get
mind?
in that bad habit.
Yeah, I just was thinking, what if, just testing it.
Okay, B-Mac, thanks for stopping by and telling us about that.
Hey, bye, B-Mac.
He's going to feed his dogs. Yep.
All right.
Hey, Quentin, how you doing, my love? Hey, Carpenter Rick. Hey.
They're rich.
Okay, guys, I will see you soon. Don't forget, tomorrow at 9 o'clock, hopefully, the Canadian Drone Hub will be on.
Yeah, I just don't know if the freaking email is working or not.
Oh, give me a call and I could probably get you on. But
Do a test.
it worked out today.
We'll do a test. We'll probably do a test tomorrow morning before going on.
Okay. I love all you guys. Bye.
Bye, Val.
All right, Val. How is that you can get on the internet but you can't send out?
Yeah, I couldn't send out any invitations at all. The emails were not working this morning. Nobody got their invites. If they got them really late this afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah. Paul couldn't get his invite. I sent out 4 times to him. I sent out 3 times to Carpenter Rick. I sent out a bunch of invites this morning and nothing was working at all.
Yeah.
Even when you hit the reset and then.
Well, he shut down and restarted again.
Yeah. And there was an update on Zoom this morning. Did you get it, Phantom?
No, I didn't notice it.
There's an update on Zoom.
But that wouldn't have affected your email.
No, it did.
No,
No,
it was
no.
email.
Hmm.
Because Andrew came on and he said he was having trouble with his Gmail, right, Roger?
Yeah. His Gmail was being blocked out somehow.
I haven't had a problem all day. Get too many messages.
Hey, Quentin, how you doing?
It's getting a little tough.
Did your animal control guy go today, Paul?
No, he didn't. He didn't show up. Of course, I didn't call him and tell him to do it. I just thought he was going to do it, but
Okay.
that's okay. We'll let it go one night anyway, and I'll watch the cameras.
Did you take your meds today?
What day is it?
Monday.
No, I didn't. I'll catch up tomorrow.
And you know what, Paul?
What?
You can always sit up in the window with the pellet gun.
Yeah.
But I don't have one. And you know what? You cannot buy a pellet gun on Amazon. You got to go to an actual gun store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Now in Canada, you can buy it. In the U.S., Michigan, no. I think most across the country you can't buy it. David, you can't buy it on email either, can you?
No, we've got to have a license. Same with the shotgun. You've got to apply for one and have a license before you can get one.
Yeah,
and
but
you must
just
go
for
to
a
the gun store.
pellet, just for a pellet rifle, there we
Yeah.
ordered Canadian Tire here.
No,
Got it.
just for a pellet rifle, you need to have a license as well in Scotland.
Well, Canadian Tire sells guns too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shotguns and that kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Plus
I
it
have
does-
to
it
go
sells
to, I'd
everything
have
but
to go to a
tires.
gun store. Yep. I would have to go to a gun store.
You got a permit already, so you'll be okay.
Yeah, I've got a CPL license.
Yeah.
Rick, are you using Rick? Are you using Hughes? What do they call it? Walk the plank thing.
Are you back on your countryside there, property, or are you still at the southern part?
Yeah, blind Neil.
Yes, sir. The bucket trap.
All the gun stores in Port Huron are pretty much shut down. There isn't any.
Okay.
Where you gotta go?
Down to the big city.
Are you in Kitchener, Rick? Okay.
Rick, I sent you an invite. Did you get it?
It's okay if I share it. Oh, hang on, I haven't got it set up at the moment.
David, you can share whatever you would
Yeah.
like.
I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to ask you a question about it. Right, having set it up. There you go. That's a picture I took while I was away. But can you tell me what time it was taken?
11 o'clock at night.
Far too early. That's midnight.
Midnight.
Spot on midnight at a place called Lochindorb. That's the loch there.
Wow. So it never gets totally dark.
Well, it did the next night with the storm clouds, but there was no clouds about, and that's what it was like.
So
And
you
that-
are actually you experienced twilight then.
Just a twilight, yeah.
Wow.
Where was that, Dave?
Lochindorb. It's about 40 miles from here and a
In
little bit
Scotland.
south of where I live, northeast Scotland. Yeah. That was Friday night. Saturday night and Sunday night, not a hope. It was dark by that time because it was cloudy. Put a silencer on the boomstick. Yeah, on the Friday night I was sitting there thinking I should really go to bed, and then I saw what was happening. The cloud was going clearing, and I thought, no, I'm going to wait, and I'm going to get out there at midnight and take a shot.
Take your shot, huh?
Yeah. I did honestly think about putting the drone up as well, but I thought there's nobody about, but you can, somebody would, and I'm not cleared for night flying.
Hey, Big Mac, 423. How you doing?
Thanks, Blind Neil. And there's Rick.
Carpenter Rick.
Hey.
Happening, gentlemen.
So you had to set up a rat trap there.
I did. Well, I knew we had issues with them, but I've had enough of they've dug all underneath the patio to avoid the dog.
Okay.
So they were out and they came out the little grease hole in the bottom of the barbecue.
Uh-huh.
So at that point, I guess I have to deal with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure the dog doesn't get your foot on it.
Well, I didn't put that kind of trap. I did the bucket trap with the wire across and then a piece of straw and then peanut butter, so they'll reach out and fall in drowned.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I took all the other traps up north. What's everybody up to this evening?
Well, not too much, not too much.
Just hanging.
Off
Well,
accident, wants to go camping.
Yeah,
So do I, and I just got back today.
I just want to get back to living in the bush.
It was doing 59 Fahrenheit this morning. Very
Not
comfortable.
bad. Yeah, 59 is not bad at all. So you guys get Zoom all figured out today after that, or?
Oh, mine's still bucketed up. Mine's still bucketed up.
Just 1 second, guys.
So is it the latest update that's messed it up, is it? Or
No, it messed up even before I got the new update.
Right.
But it's the email that's buggered up. It's not the Zoom, it's the email.
So I caught the tail end of the story from Herman about the drone going in the water.
Yeah.
What kind of drone was it?
Phantom 4 Pro.
Oh.
It was a big one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was barbecuing and listening, but I didn't quite catch the whole story.
So he carried an empty case and his controller back out with him, right?
You know, I see on Kijiji all the time controllers for sale, and I imagine that's what half of them are.
hey, well, I'm glad of it. I got that controller off eBay cheap.
Did you hear about that?
There's a story on Facebook in this area here in Kitchener. A guy was flying his drone. He landed it. Another guy came up and started talking to him about it, and got right interested. And big half-hour spiel. The guy looks down right after the other guy left, and his drone was gone. Yeah, he had his FPV drone set up, and there was 3 of them, and he took one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that sucks, eh?
Distract and steal.
Yep. And this guy, he's on Facebook, and he's a pretty big part of the community. Helps out everybody fix their quads and stuff. Like, pretty sad when the crap goes down.
Makes all kinds, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sure, Paul, I can order a pellet gun, but now any of my good guns, I'm not even allowed to take them from the house. I'm awaiting paperwork for the government to buy them back, apparently.
Yeah.
Buy them back?
Yeah, that's our new gun laws.
Paul, I've got some paperwork I'm going to forward you just so you can get a laugh at what happened. So basically, my grandpa's gun from the war is now illegal to do anything, but I can possess it until they come and take it.
They're confiscating guns on Canada?
Anything that's considered a gun used for war practice is now illegal. If you own one, you can still own it, but you can't take it to the range, you can't take it from your house, you can't sell it. And when they come, you have to sell it back to the government. They're just figuring out how they're doing the buyback. No kidding. My 223 Tavor is not on there yet, but my M14. No kidding.
Wow.
Even though it's plugged,
They're
well, it's
saying-
plugged.
They're saying that guns that are designed for like war, you said?
Yeah, anything that was designed to kill humans or for war.
Military use.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
it's
see,
no
if they
longer allowed to be a
worded
hunting weapon.
anything, if they word that law as anything you are designed to kill humans, then most of the guns would be off the market.
Well, a gun is nothing more than a tool in the proper hands, right? So no gun is really designed to kill humans. So it's kind of
Technically, by what they classify as a hunting weapon, then what is the other things used for?
target practice.
Self-defense.
Not in Canada. No self-defense guns in Canada. It's target practice, hunting purposes, and that's it.
See, so if they have hunting weapons classified as hunting weapons, then what are the other ones?
Target practice, I assume, right? But
Just
that's the whole
hunting a
problem.
different kind of game, isn't it? That's what you're after, isn't it?
But it's kind of rough the way they would word that.
Mostly anything that's 303 and more than 3 shots, semi-auto or full auto. Anything that was restricted is basically now about to be illegal. So I feel bad that you can't buy a pellet gun, but I kind of feel worse. I got to turn over guns that I've, been in my family for years. Is what it is. And they know we have it because it's registered, so I can't just leave it at the cottage or something,
Take it up north.
Hopefully they don't do that with their drones. That'll be the next thing.
Take it up north and come back and tell the police it was stolen.
I don't think that'll work. Hi, Neil. 50 cal ain't no hunting weapon unless you're hunting tanks.
Right. There's a lot of guns under that category.
Yeah.
Even some of these handguns, you're not going out there to go hunt with those handguns.
Hey. Rick's doubled up.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
seeing double.
I don't know. I think maybe they caught me talking about confiscating the guns and they scrambled me. I don't know. It could be I just hit the wrong button. Who knows?
Hey, you're back now. Back to
What's
one.
everybody up to? What's everybody up to tonight? Just hanging out.
Pretty much hanging here. It's warm and it's just there's a few ships that have gone by, but my problem is right now is because when it's warm, for 30 miles area inland, they come from every walk of life to the water. There's no place to park down there.
You're gonna have to go down there and get a Paul Murray spot. Late one night when nobody's down there.
Well, that's what I go first thing in the morning. Like the ship I did today, I did the first thing this morning.
Come to my with red spray paint and your name. Put your name on it. Paul Murray spot.
We got what, 2 or 3 handicap parkings there, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, the same thing over you can see on the Canadian side over there. That's the Canadian side. There isn't any parking over there either. Because that water, Herman, is only about 62, 63 degrees. So it's cooling the air down there.
Okay. Sounds like it's warm enough for you to get in there.
It'd be cold, but yeah, you can get in. There's people that get into that water. They're a lot younger than me.
I'm quite sure that they would get in that water at 60-something degrees.
Well, you got to remember that's still 30 degrees below body temperature.
They're not worried about that.
Well, and then at the beaches, of course, the water always seems a little warmer along the beach because it's only about this deep and the sunlight's on it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's trying to sneak in the stream here.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Can you wave?
I
I don't know why this thing keeps kicking me off. I'm gonna go on the other side. She wants to go on the sprinkler, so I'm gonna go sit out there. But that's weird that it kicked me off 2 times earlier.
I know after I'm finished on this live stream, I gotta get going. I gotta go out. So
Where you got to go, Roger? Shopping or what?
no, I just gotta go to the bank.
You can go to the bank. Oh, you're going to the ATM?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
See what kind of damage I can do there.
that's what I wanted to do, but I can't get nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head off, Paul. It's
Yeah,
Quarter
we're
to midnight
gonna
here.
be closing down here shortly anyway. So,
I'm gonna.
David, thanks for sticking in with us because it's getting late there. What's 11:46?
Yeah, 11:46, and I've had a busy day. We had to pack up, and
Okay,
then we broke down, and so on and so forth. So
David, thanks for coming in, my friend.
Well,
no
try and see
problem,
you
Paul.
tomorrow.
Enjoyed it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
Good night, all.
see you later, man.
Roger, you leaving too?
I won't be long.
Okay, yeah, we got about. If we stick it out the full 14 minutes, but I'm thinking that maybe the time has come to say goodbye to all my company. See you real soon.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Why? Because we love you all.
I did that
Here's
this
everybody in
morning.
the chat.
I did that this morning. I closed down the wrong button.
Yeah, I noticed you did. Yep. Okay, everybody. Bye for now. We're gonna say goodbye, and
Bye, everybody. I'll try and be on tomorrow morning.
everybody, have a great evening, and take
You guys
care.
later.
We'll
Yeah.
see you soon.